Hi everyone, it's Wednesday again, and today is another week, okay, that we are doing our STGIW. All right, Sherwinton Domancy. All right, so this is Friday. Usually is TGIF, so now it's TGIW. All right, so it's actually an important session that I think that a lot of people find that is very value adding to their daily life with all the short tips that I'm sharing. And today I'm sharing a lot on the concepts of what is Feng Shui. Okay, and this week is the English sharing, and it's not the Mandarin. I do it alternate week. So 下个星期是华语的分享，今天是英语的。All right, so welcome back. It's been another week. So time flies. It's really a commitment to do a weekly sharing like this because we always have to find time to break off what we are doing to focus and to commit to this. And always happy to share the nuggets of wisdom. So previously I shared about destiny, and then last week in Mandarin I shared about luck. Third is feng shui. What I'm doing in this sequence is because there's always a saying that perhaps you heard before in Chinese, 一命, 二运, 三风水. All right, so these three are usually what I call the trilogy of success. It's the main building blocks, right? Like a big jigsaw puzzle. I have three pieces that can put together, and in different ways, I can manipulate to optimize the result if they are aligned. Okay, but if they are not aligned or kind of like counteracting with one another, then that will actually be what we call against the flow, and your results will be compromised. So, as I'm the feng shui master, a lot of people will think that, hey, wow, you like very young, or why you get into this trade? Is it still relevant? And why are like younger people still prescribed to it? Still love to kind of like understand more about this feng shui. So for me, the first-hand experience is, of course, I've been practicing over the years, experimenting. Okay, so I never want to just take the word for it, like from the textbook, and just implement, and it will work, it should work. So I always do it like a cause and effect to understand how things are. And it's just like right now, uh, the weather is really hot. Okay, like in Singapore, other countries like in Europe, they are experiencing like record high temperature. So definitely, everyone is kind of like suffering because of the nature. Okay, as much as we have progressed with technology and all the science that we have actually kind of like pushed through the frontier, technology has also still has its limit. We are still at the mercy of nature. And just imagine, or then there's a breeze that comes in, or 一阵凉风, then it feels so nice, especially like right now in the evening in Singapore, 8 p.m. It's so warm. Okay, so that's why, like it's the essence of life. All right, so feng shui, literally, it is wind and water. Okay, so that's why I mentioned, like a wind, somewhere that is too windy. Of course, last time will not be good to actually have the community there to set up the village. However, of course, the water, is a place that where the villagers will always set up because that is their lifeline for their crops, for their normal daily usage, for their washing and stuff like that. So right now, in the modern world, how about it translate into the wind and the water? Okay, so like recently in the HDB BTO balloting exercises, yeah. So every time the BTO, when they announce on their website the press release, right? So I'll be very busy, very anxious with the couples to help them choose which one are good for them, because they also want to get a good feng shui direction, so they have a peaceful stay, harmonious stay. And of course, if next time when the market is good, they can sell for a profit. And houses in Singapore right now, we all know it is skyrocketing. Like every week, I read of like a new house that is like record breaking, okay, in Singapore. So what is the feng shui aspect that usually we need to take note of? And a lot of things are common sense. You might think that I already know, leh. Yeah, actually, this is why I think that I want to make it in the way that how you can know already what you know and those that you do not know and merge them together. Okay, so hi everyone. I know now it's like dinner time. I always start a bit earlier so y'all can kind of like catch up a bit, and you no worries, and everything will be recorded and be left online on my Facebook page. All right, so if you are watching for the first time, hi, I'm Master Winter. If not, you can always what we call subscribe, okay, and get a notification, every week, the next coming Facebook live that is available. All right, so for the houses, okay, back to the houses, and for the feng shui, first thing first, usually we now take note of the sun direction. Okay, where the sun is, of course, we all know the sun rises from the east and set in the west. Okay, and this actually plays a big part in our modern day living. In terms of feng shui, they always say, it must be what we call a cozy living environment. Just imagine, okay, for example, you have a very nice unblocked view of the house out from your living room window, but there is like facing the afternoon evening sun every single day. Okay, so that is actually going to warm up your house a lot, and with the glass window all closed, it's going to be like a greenhouse effect. So that's why we do not usually recommend houses that actually have the full afternoon sun. Okay, in feng shui, in the traditional text, they say it like the west sun is what we call have a killing energy, something that is kind of like aggressive. Okay, and how it translate to the relevance. Okay, just imagine, every day we go home, wow, it's very warm, like, then very humid, you feel very agitated instead of like wanting to rest, chill at home, have a family dinner together. Okay, then that is kind of like going to affect your emotion, and that's why this is how I always let people know how it is still 100% relevant and all linked to how we can know how we behave differently. Okay, of course, now with the like air conditioning, some say never mind, I said 18 degrees law, yeah, west side also never mind, and things like that. Yes, this is within our control, yeah, but definitely we are still at the mercy because we cannot open the window, ma. Or as much as we think that we are within control, we are hiding under the turtle shell. Okay, like ostrich under the sand, don't want to see outside. Okay, but this is actually affecting our behavior and definitely the harmonious living of the family. And the other one, of course, the wind. Okay, back still on the wind factor of feng shui. All right, Singapore is always have the monsoon season. All right, we have the northeast monsoon. Okay, in like end of the year to during the CNY, February, March, and now we are switching over to the southwest monsoon. Okay, so we have like these two prevailing wind direction to bring the rain and the storm water over. So all these are actually also important for us to take note how it affects the living of the occupants in the house. Okay, for example, northeast monsoon usually is cooler wind. Okay, and then that is like welcoming, and when they open the window, they feel the breeze, and the family can really kind of like enjoy the stay over there. But however, usually southwest monsoon, like right now, you feel it's really warm. First thing first, because it coincides with the summer season, and the other thing is that when the wind blows, most of the rain actually has kind of like deposited. It didn't rain over Singapore, so it is again not so ideal if it's facing the south west direction. So this is how I always tell people, the direction, yes, plays a part. In the ancient text, they have different ways of saying, But I always say that you put into the modern context, then you can understand the essence of it even better, not the literal meaning. OK， 所以我们讲不要只知其然，要知其所以然 ，to know the why behind it. And the 水 is water. Okay, water of course like rain. Okay, rain is one part that I mentioned just now because of the monsoon. And weather is near like the water bodies, like the reservoir, like the Pongo River right now. There are a lot of development. And just like I think H steel plane, just MOP, 5 years, there are a lot of transactions. Literally, I've been like going there many times. All right, and there's a nice view outside. You can see the Pongo Park. Okay, so the water actually, you see, it can fetch good price. People feel good near water bodies. Okay, and with the water, actually, it kind of like connect the energy with the nature, not just like all the concrete, all the cement. And every one of us, as despite that, say we are like living in high-rise building, we still have this urge, I would say the tendency to want to connect with the nature. All right, so with water, usually it comes with like greeneries because it's 水生木. Okay, the water gives energy to the wood and element. So becomes like a wow, very nice, scenic kind of living environment. So the feng shui in the bigger perspective, okay, this is how I share with people to say, hey, this is the ancient wisdom. We always say the 老祖宗的智慧, okay, is still able to translate into how we can make use of it. All right, and then and for the more technical people, okay, they will always think that all the science they've learned, how it actually affects. So like the earth is north, south, east, west, 东南西北. So every direction there is like the magnetic compass. 我们的那个罗盘的指针, you can find out where's the north, where's the south because of the magnetic interference. So when we think, okay, our brain actually works with electricity. Okay, all the brain cells or the neurons, they connect through electricity. 我们的脑细胞是以电 OK 来沟通的. All right, we all know in physics in your secondary school, perhaps you have written to your teachers or you still remember, okay, that you're a good student. All right, and when there's electricity, there will be electromagnetic effect. So the magnetic effect can be kind of like good harmonious. Again, it's like increasing, okay, 催旺 or if it is like against, 他们就是说被压. Okay, in the feng shui context, the negative one, they use the word sa. Sa is like killing. So a lot of people say, wow, feng shui is like very aggressive. Wow, this one sa is like, oh no, I got nothing left. Yeah, but I just want to make it in a way that people can understand, and when they practice it, when they use it, they see the effect. Okay, and this is most important, not like blind faith. Okay, 我们不要迷信. Okay, not a blind faith or just follow. Okay, there's always a kind of like explanation behind it for most of the things. It's just that sometimes the science that we have right now, 2022, it is still a bit backwards compared to the ancient wisdom our forefathers have last time. OK， 我们现在的科学还没有赶上之前老祖宗的智慧，所以不是每个东西现在的科学可以解释的。All right, so this is how I tell everyone, okay, to continue to explore feng shui as a living science, environmental science. Okay, it's not only a privileged knowledge by those who can go through all the texts or somehow with a lineage of family members with the feng shui components that they will pass down secretly. Okay, explore it really like a science， 把它当成科学、生活科学来这个分享，还有来考察，我觉得这样会更理想。Okay, all right, and then feng shui also has a big part of the effectiveness. A lot of people ask me, 八字 is 命, the 运 is luck. All right, like for example, this year is a tiger, or next year is a rabbit. So some say, man, the rabbit year is good for me, that rabbit year. Tiger no good. Then I have to wait for next year. Then how? Then 1 year got 365 days. Then you wait 1 year no need to eat. Wait for rabbit to come. Cannot be, right? Yeah, so Feng Shui is the one that has the fastest impact. Okay, and this is what we call like the application of it, right? 风水是来用的，OK，就很像我们讲伤风感冒，我们直接就有对症下药，then we can get the results very fast. Okay, just like colors, all right, and some of you would think that colors are very important, like what I shared earlier on. Some say colors 不用紧的啦，我喜欢什么颜色我就有什么颜色就好了。Okay, but the colors actually also plays a part because of the 5 elements. And in a house, just now I mentioned, okay, if the evening sun, the west is coming, all right, the west sun, okay, is very warm, okay, and you paint your house like a lot of like orange, red, bright yellow, okay, I can imagine the whole atmosphere of the house, 整个家的那个感觉 was very warm. So everyone is like very very agitated 讲话也很急在里面就很容易冲动，因为颜色 okay the color actually kind of like have a subconscious linkage to our brain kind of like emotion. All right, just earlier on I've described emotion as energy in motion 是那个磁场能量的波动。Okay, so this is the one that can actually impact very very fast. All right, so sometimes they nowadays they go and change their car colors. All this impact is there. Depends on how much you use your car. Okay, if you use your car just like go to work half an hour, come back half an hour, that's it. But for the house, it's like you live there for many hours a day. All right, just like at night for those who don't work from home, come back at night 8 p.m. until the following morning, maybe 7 a.m. All right, that is almost like more than 10 hours. So that's why the color schemes, all these can have a direct impact in us. So colors, okay, for those again very scientific, like me last time. Okay, last time I always say, oh, 一定要有科学的根据哦. Okay, like for me last time when I'm NUS engineering graduate, everything is formula, the numbers. So how does the colors actually kind of like have the explanation in terms of like the science? All right, and this is a bit more chim lah, but I think some of you maybe will appreciate it because I always want to make everyone feel that when I share feng shui, it's not just my own perspective. Okay, they can go and try understand to find the link. Okay, so for the colors, for example, red again. All right, when we see red, it's actually our brain, okay, getting the signal, the wavelength. OK，每一个颜色其实有那个我们讲不同的那个波动，OK 的 wavelength。All right, so with the strong wavelength, a short wavelength, okay, it has different color than the longer wavelength. Just like the rainbow, OK，就好像我们讲那个彩虹有7个不同的颜色，因为它的那个光的那个波是不一样的。All right, so with the different wavelength, actually our brain get the energy. Okay, so back to the concept, 是一个能量来的。Okay, the energy that comes in our brain process the signal. All right, so for the signal that is processed as red, okay, that is the energy that coincide with like the emotion. Okay, like what we call aggressive, agitated. Sometimes they say romance. Yes. 为什么有时候是好的，有时候是不好的？那个就是我们讲的一命二运三风水。If their luck or their destiny has very little fire, then that can do what we call the improvement, enhancement right away with that. Okay, but if they already have a lot of fire, the same house, 有些人就讲住了很舒服很开心，然后他就卖给另外一个人了。The next buyer comes along, everything the same. But the effect is different because sometimes the elements that is present in the house is not what they want. Okay, 所以如果火已经很多了， you still all red everything, like fire energy, the afternoon sun. Then of course that will make things too much. All right, overwhelm. 所以我们就是一句话叫物极必反。Okay, we avoid the extreme Once you go to the extreme, it will swing back, becomes too much and negative. All right, just like a vitamin, we all know vitamin C is good. For example, people like me, always have itchy throat, talk too much every day. 吃 vitamin C 很好，要喝很多水。But can I take one whole bottle? 我今天要讲座 okay, I just got a seminar, I take a whole bottle. Will that actually help? Cannot, right? Yeah, because too much of anything, be it the very good stuff, will also turn into negative. All right, so for Feng Shui, my last minute I want to share over here is you need to take into consideration of the previous aspects, as I mentioned in the Facebook Live in the 2 weeks ago. Destiny, luck, and Feng Shui. These three must come together. Don't just do Feng Shui for the sake of Feng Shui. All right, because some of you, you do not know your elements, whether is it too much or too little. 如果你水很多了，然后你又去到一个很多水的地方，因为觉得风水嘛，water, is good, definitely, what, okay, yeah, but maybe it's like, too much water, your fire too little. There are a lot of things will complicate. All right, so this is my short 15-minute sharing. I know it's more than 15 minutes. I will start a bit earlier. So for those who are still on the way, getting all the Facebook notification, they can come online. So happy to see everyone this week. And next week, we have another session. Same time, 8 p.m. There'll be in Mandarin. 下个星期的是讲华语的，然后会有新的这个课题来跟大家分享。So you have questions, you can always write down your questions. You can send to me on the Google form. You can write down your 风水 FAQ. 如果有问题的话，关于风水八字都可以欢迎你们。在我每次分享过后，有时间的话，我就会在这里就跟你解答。好 ，All right, so see everyone next week. Okay, enjoy your Wednesday, and because it is a STGIW.